Hi, good afternoon. This is box plots part 2. And so this is where you're going to be creating and interpreting more box plots. So all this video is really just an answer key because you're going to be practicing this in class, and then you can just check along with my answer key. So this first one is about the ages of the members of the 2008 U.S. wheelchair basketball team. And so what you have to do, step 1, is to put your numbers in order. Step 2, find your 5-number summary. So my minimum was 18, my maximum was 30. My median fell between 25 and 25, so that was 25. And then my lower quartile fell between 22 and 24, and I got 23. And my upper quartile fell between 28 and 30, so I got 29. Step 3, we're going to draw the box plot onto the graph, but we need to make sure that we number our number line appropriately. So I just numbered mine by ones starting at 18, and then I finished at 30. And then I put my 5 numbers with the points. I connected my box, which is my Q1 to Q3, putting a line down for the median, and then connecting my whiskers, which is your lower extreme to your Q1 and your upper extreme to your Q3. And then from there, from the box plot, I then answered some questions. So how many players were between the ages of 18 and 23? So 18 to 23, that's 25% of your data. How many players were between the ages of 23 to 29? So 23 to 29, that's 50% of your data. What was the range of the ages? Well, 18 to 30, so 30 minus 18 gives you 12. And then the interquartile range is your box distance, so from 23 to 29, which was 6. All right, over here, basketball players' scores during a tournament. So what you have to do is you have to put your numbers in order from least to greatest. So I put them in order from least to greatest. And then I had to find my minimum, which was 5, my maximum, which was 30. I found my median was 18 because it fell between the 16 and 20. And then I had to do my lower quartile. So that fell between 14 and 16, so I got 15. And then the upper quartile fell between 22 and 28, so I got 25. Then from there, I drew my box plot, I numbered my number line, and then I put my 5-number summary on there, connected my whiskers to Q1 and to Q3, and then my box plot was from Q1 to Q3 with my median in the middle. All right, number 2, it's the hours of television watched. So I put my numbers again in order. I found my 5-number summary to be 0, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then this is how my box plot looked. I went ahead and spread out my numbers instead of putting them side by side. I skip counted every other one and counted by ones. And so that's why mine looks a little more spread out. All right, number 3. This is the lengths of cats in inches. Again, you put your numbers in order from least to greatest, and then I found my 5-number summary. A lot of the numbers fell in between numbers, so between 17 and 18 was my lower quartile, so 17.5. Between 20 and 21 was my median, so 20.5. And then between 22 and 23 was my upper quartile, so 22.5. When I numbered these, I again numbered them by ones just because that made the most sense as far as my range goes. And then when I plotted my points, if it was a half, I put it in between the 2 numbers, and then that's my graph there. All right, and then number 4, West Cary took a survey of all the teachers to see how many times they spent commuting, driving to school, and driving home from school. So the morning commute and then the evening commute. So it looks like the morning commute typically is a little shorter than the evening commute. That might deal with that teachers get to school earlier in the day, but maybe they leave about the same time everyone else is leaving from work. So then to answer the 6 questions, A, what was the shortest morning commute? 10 minutes. That was my minimum. The shortest evening commute, 10 minutes. What was the longest morning commute? 50 minutes, but my longest evening commute was 60 minutes. About what percentage of the morning commute lies between 10 and 35? So 10 to 35 was 75%. Can make it to work in under 35 minutes, but only 25% of teachers can make it home in 35 minutes. So definitely the morning commute has a shorter typical value to get to work. And then the last couple questions, Mr. Patel's evening commute is 52 minutes. He thinks this is longer than most people in the evening. Is he right? Well, 52 would fall right here. So he's definitely in that top 25%. So it takes him longer than 75% of the other people. So he is more than 75% of the other teachers. And then if none of this doesn't really have numbers in it. So if I were to actually graph these numbers, which which one would this go? Would this be the morning or that evening? And I looked at which one was my maximum because that was the easiest thing to look at. And I saw that 50 was my maximum, so I knew this had to be my morning commute. All right, if you have any questions or comments, just write them at the bottom of the video, and I hope you guys have a great afternoon.